Hello, my name is Jean-Baptiste Jean Roland, and it's a French name, easy to pronounce. And I ask everybody to call me JR. This is my nickname, and my background is in construction industry. I am a student at Johnson and Wales University. This presentation is for the class Qualitative Research Methods, where I have to explain the process I went through to conduct the data collection instrument. Now, the professor, I have the class, the professor is Julie Belodo, and I'm going to explain the process, the process of the pretest. So the data collections pretesting process objective is to identify ambiguous questions and to assess fluency, is to work with the timing of the interview, how long it's going to take, and to refine materials for validities. So we need to review what we are going to use, all the materials, everything with our participants. This process began during the week 3 assignment. And then this process has 4 steps. I developed 4 steps in order to obtain pretest result. The first step is validated instrument selections. The second step is research questions. The third one is the methodology that I use to develop this instrument. And the fourth step is the consent form of the qualitative data collections. When I finish to do that, all the steps will be explained separately in order for you to understand the process that I went through to conduct the pretest and the result. Step 1, the validated instrument selections. As you know, there are several instruments that were studied. One of them was the job satisfaction survey. I was selected that because I used it in the past, and then I saw what it can do, and it was advised I can use it too. Therefore, I use it, but with the idea to make some changes. Unfortunately, I have to replace the GSS by the DMSQ and the PubMed in order to get the result that I want, okay? And most importantly, it's because, as I said on the slide, the psychometric properties of 2 instruments that can reduce bias and more appropriately to the research. I need more appropriate response to the research questions. The step 2 has to do with the research questions. So I have going to explain the research questions, how it was developed, and the relationship between the research questions with the problem and purpose statement. And the research question has to do with the collection instrument that was designed and that was refined. And the choice, how I choose the instrument. How? What did I do to select the instrument? So the instrument, that will put me on step number 3. That has to do with methodology. So the methodology is the questionnaire, just to explain the questionnaire objective, which is to collect descriptive data from at least 7 participants. For what? In order to pretest the instrument and correct the original questionnaire. And the second thing is to conduct the interview. And from the interview, when I received the interview, I will be able to make analysis and I will be able to identify collected data. With regard to participant, I give them a pseudonym in order to identify them. I call them P1 because I will have 5 participants. I will call them P1, P2, P3, P4, and P5. And I have a list. The questionnaire is divided or is comprised of 5 categories of 3 questions each. The first category is demographic data. The second one is business success. The third one is communication and collaboration. The fourth one is managerial decision-making. And the fifth one is social constructivism. Now, this is the time to bring up step number 4. Step number 4 has to do with consent form for the qualitative data collections. We need that in order to inform participants for the collection of the qualitative data. What did I do? I sent the form to participants just to let them know this is what we are going to use. Why? In order to inform you about data collections requirement, which means the legality and ethic. So I just give more clarification to them is to address the legal and ethical aspects of the data collection process. Because doing qualitative research or collecting data, it's something very, very important. As a conclusion, in the questionnaire, I include the questionnaire in the consent form so that participants can provide feedback as a pretest before the interview. The questionnaire has proven easy to use and requires minor adjustment that I receive from pretest participants. They ask me to do some correction of the grammar, some correction on the questions that need to be changed, which I did, and now I believe the questionnaire is it's more fluent than it was before. Therefore, the interview will not be too long. Thank you very much. This is Jean-Baptiste.